Hello everybody and welcome to the final episode of Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Through the Years. Pokemon Yellow Through the Years, that doesn't make any sense. Pokemon Through the Years Yellow. Anyway, next episode we're going to have a different overlay. I'm excited for that, I still have to make it. And in this episode we're going to, first and foremost, see, I think we need to heal up still. Did we do that in the last episode? I don't know. I'm going to just talk to Nurse Joy and... Man, we don't need any more money. For right now. We're going to make enough money to afford all the Ultra Balls we need to capture whatever Mewtwo turns into. Also, I know Cerulean Cave is actually... Today we're going to have the last capture. I said last episode we're going to have the last two captures. I didn't think about the fact that Cerulean Cave is going to be the last capture. I guess we just buy like a shitload of full restores. Like 20. And then... We don't even have super potions for here anymore. I guess like 5 max potions on top of that just because can't carry that many items. Well, you know what? We've got plenty of super potions. We've got plenty of full restores now. I'm very afraid to press the D-pad up. Because I'm not gonna... somebody's gonna fucking die. And I think this is as good a time as any to point out something that I have decided. Also, Oh, they fixed it in yellow. You can't serve on the... You can't serve on those things anymore in yellow, can you? No, you can't. Okay. Probably, I should have done a save state. Probably should have done a save state because I'm not entirely sure emulators work with like post-game stuff and you need to save after the Elite Four, after Hall of Fame to even get into Cerulean Cave. So I might have to like do a little bit of walkthrough wall cheating there. Something that I probably should mention, as this is the last episode of this region, is I've been thinking about like something nice to give to the Pokemon that survived a entire generation, or at least made it to the end of a generation. I was thinking, everybody that survives, like, turn them into a shiny, because obviously there's no shinies in this generation yet, but next gen actually has shinies. The downside to that being is they might actually like get a little bit more or less powerful, because Gen 2 IVs are linked to shininess. So let's just be cautious here and just use Surf for right now. So that's a little bit of a downside, but I was like, I'm not gonna give them egg moves or anything like that, because that would also just be potentially overpowered, right? So what I decided to do is the way my team looked like at the very end of this episode, I'm not going to add any Pokemon in if anything dies in the Elite Four before going to Cerulean Cave. Anything that's still alive at the end of this episode, that's going to go into Gen 2 as a shiny. So that could be all 6 of the Pokemon on the team right now. It could be just 1. But those are going to be shinies starting next generation. And that makes the shinies I might run into a little bit more, a little bit less meaningful maybe. Because shiny claws still is going to be a thing. If I run into a shiny starting with Gen 2 onwards, I'm going to capture it. So just so that you know. So... that makes those shinies a little bit less interesting, maybe. But I do feel like we need to reward the Pokemon that actually like get used and survive in high stress situations like this. So that being said, this has not been very high stress so far. So far it's actually going fairly well. But it is only the first Elite Four member. Things can still go very badly. And then by the end of like the entire series, we'll probably have a decent amount of shiny Pokemon, because every generation there's going to be 1 or 2 shinies added. At least. I'm assuming that throughout like Gen 2, the Pokemon that are shiny, that are going to be shiny now, there's at least 1 or 2 that are going to die, right? I mean, I don't expect Alakazam to survive through Gen 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's very powerful in Gen 1, but as soon as special defense becomes split from special attack, it becomes even more of a glass cannon. And I think Thanos is just gonna fucking die in Gen 2. Or 3. So... but theoretically by the end of it, that does mean that we have like 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. If we do Gen 8, well, there's no Gen 9. So like 42 shinies at most, not counting any random shinies we'll run into. And statistically speaking, we're going to run into a shiny sooner or later, going through every Pokemon game in sequence. How many encounters are we going to get through? Doing 7 generations, potentially 8, right? That's a lot of generations. That's a lot of encounters. And especially in the later generations where the shiny odds are better, I can't see us just... The chance of us not running into a shiny throughout the entire adventure, assuming that we don't like die halfway through, that is possible. The chances of that just not happening are so ridiculously low that I'm going to Hyper Beam now. Because you're actually scaring me. I think they should be able to take care of the Poliwrath. Isn't there a thing in Gen 1 where if you take out a Pokemon with Hyper Beam, you don't need to recharge or something like that? That might be a red and blue thing as well. Persian, it is. Let's go into Zim. I don't think we've used Zim yet. Have we? Yeah, we did. Against the Mr. Mime. Zim probably also not going to survive because I'm probably going to use it from fairly early on in the next generation, but it doesn't get that good until it evolves at least once. Potentially twice. And you know what? I don't even need him to survive that long because I don't even want a Green Dragonite. Green Dragonite just doesn't look that good. Oh my god, that doesn't do a lot of damage. Surf does more? I think your physical attack is higher than your special attack. But I don't know about Persian stats, so maybe Persian just has a really high defense and a low special, meaning that this will take it out, hopefully. Anyway, as you can see, we're now at the second member of the Elite Four, and that's a critical hit, so I still don't have an answer to my question. And we're about the same level as the Pokemon we are facing, and that's 2 out of 5 we are doing now. So things are going to get a little bit more difficult from the next one onward. Again, I think the highest level Pokemon for the champion is 63, 64 maybe, something like that. So we're going to be fairly under level, but we have a very well balanced team, and their team is randomized, which could be very bad for us, could be very good for us. I don't know yet. In this case, a Shellder and a Rattata, I think we'll be fine. We also have Toxic. If worse comes to worse, we have Toxic, right? We have Toxic and a lot of full restores. One of which I'm going to actually have to use after this battle. So we've got 19 full restores left. Yeah, let's not stay in against a Diglett. That seems like a very bad idea to do. Even though it's just a Diglett, we're already like nearing level 60 with the enemy Pokemon. And this is, again, just the second to face. So we're halfway through the Elite Four though, and we're not that far into this episode. I don't know how far we're into this episode, like 8 minutes. As I said, this is not going to take too long, the Elite Four itself. The champion and probably Lance are going to take a little bit longer. Lance is probably going to be a lot easier than usual because he doesn't have like 5 Dragonites. He could in theory have 5 Dragonites, but let's be real, he's not going to have 5 Dragonites. I was so scared there for a moment that I didn't actually buy the full restores. Holy fuck! I didn't see them, and my heart literally, like, not literally, but my heart legitimately skipped a beat there. I was like, I have no full restores. I'm gonna be fucked. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Can you please just shut up? I just want to fight you. I just want to beat up your Pokemon and then go beat up your colleagues' Pokemon and then go beat up my friends' Pokemon. That's pretty much what I'm here for. Okay, so you start with a Venusaur. That is not very good for me. Just gonna be honest with you, that's not very good for me. I've got Blaze, I've got Thanos, I've got Zim. Let's go into Have we used Thanos yet? I don't think we've used Thanos yet. Let's go into Thanos. It's a little bit of a risky move, but not really, because you're probably going to have like a lot of grass type moves which are special. So I can take that. And one Psychic should be able to take you out anyway, because I'm a fucking Alakazam. Don't know if you got the memo, Alakazam is OP. That didn't one-shot. This is not going to do anything either, because your special stat just fell and I have a huge special stat. Oh my god, that's a crit. That's actually kind of pathetic for a critical hit. So now the Venusaur is done for. And things can only get better from here, I'd say. The Venusaur wasn't that big of a deal, to be honest. It could be much, much worse. Clefairy is not much worse. I still don't know whether Clefairy or Jigglypuff is the special one. I think Clefairy is the special one, Jigglypuff is the physical one. Still, it's a non-evolved Pokemon, this should do a lot of damage. Maybe I got things the wrong way around. Because, wow. You know what? I'm not going to stay with Thanos for an Alakazam. I'm not that big of an idiot. Let's go into Zim. I don't know, Zim or Nick. Both of which will work. They're both level 55, so I would have just lost that, is what we're saying. No, I actually have EVs, so probably would have won that either way. This is going to hurt. It's probably a good idea for me to send in Zim because he has a slightly higher special stat than Nick has. But this could be scary. You're going to use a potion. You didn't use a potion! Or a full restore or whatever. You didn't use a healing item. Why did you not use a healing item? Don't you have healing items? Don't you have the healing items in Gen 1? Could have used that crit like a little bit earlier. Just be honest with you, could have used that a little bit earlier. And then you send out Mackins. Let's go back into Thanos, I suppose. This is way too easy. And I'm not even over leveled. I have powerful Pokemon. I can't help it. I'm not going to keep them in the box. I would very much love for something to die and add some drama here, but I'm also kind of okay with nothing dying so far. We still have 2 battles to go. Things could go horribly, horribly wrong. That being said, sending out a Zubat as your last Pokemon is not going to give me very much like faith in your colleagues. I'm not entirely sure if level 63 for the highest level Pokemon is going to be right, because if Agatha's Ace is level 60, we still have to go through Lance. And then Blue? Or, what? Did we call him Fred as well? I think we called him Fred as well. That's probably why it sounded familiar. I was like, did I call any of my Pokemon Fred yet? I don't think I did. Turns out I did not. Wait a second, is this the battle where you can't heal between? Please, no. Okay, you scared me there. I thought you weren't going to let me heal. Okay, Super Potion, Zim. And Thanos. It even looks like the champion fight, right? I'm so mad that I never got to experience the twist of beating the last Elite Four member and then still having to do the champion fight. I never had that twist happen to me. I was way too young for that. By the time I started playing Pokemon, the champion was just very well established. It wasn't a twist anymore. Which is a little bit sad, because I would have very much liked to... You're getting Hydro Pumped. You're definitely getting Hydro Pumped. I would very much like to experience that firsthand. Because in theory, I think that... You know what? You're getting served. In theory, I think that's a very nice thing to have. Never got to experience it. I mean, I got to experience different things. I got to experience the bullshit that's Kingdom Hearts firsthand, right? I got to experience the absolute acid trip that is Kingdom Hearts 3. Which is something magical. So yeah, Golem is actually a bit of an issue here, because... Yeah, don't use a Moonstone inside battle. That doesn't seem like a good idea. I don't think Golem will be able to like do over half damage, whatever he uses. He uses Harden! Okay. You know what? I'm fine. I'm fine. You're level 56, why do you still have Horn? You also have Explosion. Die, please, now, thank you. I realised that way too late. I couldn't have done anything against it, to be fair. But I realised that way too late. If that thing had exploded on my ass, I would have been toast. Also, Lance's Pokemon are lower level than Agatha so far, I think, which is a little bit strange. But I guess they are usually Dragon types, and like, the Dragon types are pretty strong Pokemon. So it makes sense for them to be a little bit lower level, but still more powerful. Yet another Alakazam. Oh, fucking. The last one we did with Zim, so let's use Nick for this one and just Hyper Beam him. I don't care. Okay, so you are level 60. Never mind, you do have more powerful Pokemon. I'm just gonna Hyper Beam you. That's, now the Hyper Beam is actually probably necessary. Bite would not have taken it out. Even Hyper Beam didn't take it out! Oh, I'm in trouble. I need to Hyper Beam again. I need to Hyper Beam and, like, get a critical hit, potentially. I think min-max damage might, like, allow me to take him out, but he's probably gonna live on red HP. I knew it. Okay, so let's Bite. Why would you use Recover at full HP when you outspeed me? That just doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's just Bite again. I'm very lucky that I can take these Psychics better than I thought I would be able to. I can't take another one. Can I? We'll never find out because critical hits to the rescue! Ending off with a Stormy. Okay. Zone. There we go. We've made it through Lance. We have made it through Lance. Because this is just going to kill, right? Stormy is just going to die. There's no way you're living that. No, okay. So, just the champion fight it is now. And we haven't lost a single Pokemon yet. We might lose a Pokemon against a Mewtwo replacement, depending on what it is. If it's a powerful Pokemon at level 70, it's probably going to deal quite a bit of damage to my team. And Fred is still there. He could still have an issue. He could still have an issue on its team, which is going to annihilate some of my Pokemon. Just to be sure, if I die, like if I wipe against Mewtwo, that's still the end of the generation. I've just lost that challenge, but I'm still going to move on to the next generation. I'm not going to grind up an entire team just to do Mewtwo. I'm just not going to do that. Just putting it out there because that's going to happen right after this battle. I'm going to go into Cerulean Cave. Cerulean Cave is not going to be the first encounter. Cerulean Cave, the encounter I'm going to be allowed to catch is actually going to be Mewtwo. Or whatever Mewtwo turns into, that is. Just to have like... It's a little bit of a fitting ending, right? It doesn't matter that it's level 70 because... I feel like this is going to be easy. I somehow feel like this is just going to be a little bit easier than I thought it might be. It's going to be reset to level 5 anyway at the start of the next generation, which is literally the only time I'm going to be able to use it. It's from next generation onwards at level 5. So it doesn't matter that it's level 70 and that I'm like cheating my way into a powerful Pokemon. Because it's randomized, so it's going to be a randomized level 5 Pokemon. It's pretty much just going to be my starter for the next generation. Depending on what it is, obviously. I think that said Hypno, so let's go with... Let's go with Nick. Nick has probably been the star of this team in this generation, to be honest. It's been on the team since... I think it's been on the team since, like, Rock Tunnel? And now we're here. about to get into the Hall of Fame, with Nick still being pretty much the central player in our team. And now with Hyper Beam! Which probably won't take this guy. No, I didn't think it would. This is going to do a significantly less amount of damage than the Alakazam I just faced. I thought as much anyway. Apparently it did not. Why would you not use the same move that just did a lot of damage? I mean, I'm fine with you not using Psychic twice in a row, but why? Just because your AI is bad is the actual answer. I'll show you how to use a Psychic type right about now. Because you are sending out a level 61 Tentacool. Okay, I'm getting very lucky with the Pokemon he's actually sending out. The randomization is really favoring me here, I'm aware. I've also run into like 7 Mewtwo's in this one game. So, I think I deserve a little bit of a break. And I've run into 2 Alakazams within the Elite Four. I think I deserve a little bit of a break. Let's go into Blaze. I don't think we've used Blaze a lot this episode, yeah. But yeah, this champion fight is a little bit ridiculous as far as like how easy it is goes, because I don't think you've sent out a fully evolved... Oh, Hypno. Hypno is a fully evolved Pokemon. But is he really? It's like a 2-stage evolution. You haven't even sent out like a legendary or a 3-stage evolution Pokemon. Sandslash is almost a good Pokemon. It is the best you've sent out so far for sure, and it looks like it is your ace. So... Get Hydro Pumped? Was that necessary? Probably not. Is it satisfying? Definitely yes. Also, I don't know what Cerulean Cave is like on the inside very well. I've done it like once, I think. Or maybe not even once. And the final Pokemon between us and the championship title is a fucking Victory Bell. And it seems fitting that Thanos is going to be the one. It's level 65. Okay, so this is your ace. 10 levels higher than mine, and yet you're going to get one shot. Please get one shot, don't make me look silly. Definitely getting one shot. You got one shot. Did the critical hit matter there? Honestly, it might have. Honestly, it might have. I don't think it did, because again, Thanos, but it might have. Okay, so let's speed through this, because this is taking long enough as it is. I'm very sorry for like the absolutely ear-destroying sounds. I probably wanted to have that on screen. That's my team. Does it show you a picture of all your Pokemon? 255 hours! Yeah, these people kind of fucked that up, didn't it? Pokemon Yellow version staff. Yeah, no, this is actually not the end of the game. So I'll cut back to Cerulean City in a moment, where we're going to go into Cerulean Cave. Turns out the game automatically saves for you. So we didn't have to do any trickery with walkthrough rules. Let's fly with... I was going to give fly to Zim as well, but I apparently did not. Cerulean City, here we come. We need to buy a shitload of Ultra Balls just in case. I do want to say that I'm going to use the Master Ball if I run out of Ultra Balls in Cerulean Cave. Yeah, that's right. This game kind of like isn't that that good yet. It doesn't update the Pokémods depending on how far you are into the game. It's literally some Pokémods sell some things and some don't. So you can't go back to an early Pokémods and then get Ultra Balls from there. You need to go back to a later one and then get a shitload of Ultra Balls from here. We don't really need anything else. I'm going to go with 25 Ultra Balls. If 25 isn't enough, we're not getting it in Ultra Ball, whatever the Pokemon turns into. I think 25 will be enough. Probably... I bet it's going to be a Pidgey. Place your bets in the comments now. I know that doesn't really work, because you can just skip ahead and see what the Pokemon actually turns into. But let's be honorable here for a second. Place your bets in the comments down below right now. What is Mewtwo going to turn into? My bet is a Pidgey. If it's a Mew, I'm gonna laugh. If it's a Mewtwo, I'm gonna be confused. If it's any of the legendary birds, I'm just gonna be happy. If it's a Dupe's Claws, I don't know what I'll do. I think I'll just kill it if it's a Dupe's Claws. Yeah, I'll just kill it if it's a Dupe's Claws. So, again, I'm going to speed through the getting... Hello, Rhydon. I didn't know you were in this grass. The Nugget Bridge part, a little bit of speedy, you know, because I don't know how long Cerulean Cave is going to take me. And we are like pretty much at the half an hour mark, I think, at this point. So... Cerulean Cave. The Pokemon in here are going to be like the same level that we are. Roughly. I think Cerulean Cave is just like one long corridor, isn't it? Okay, so one long corridor with side paths to get items. I think there's no puzzle elements to Cerulean Cave. Again, I've done Cerulean Cave like once 10 years ago. I never went to catch Mewtwo that often in here. Okay, so the first Pokemon we run into is a Rattata. That's a good sign of things to come. And then a Magikarp. That's an even better sign of things to come. Okay, so it's a maze. It's not a puzzle, but it's a maze. I've done it in Fire Red, by the way, not in Red, Blue, or Yellow. Am I doing this like on instinct, like on memory, of having done this like once before? I feel like I might be doing that, which would be amazing. Also, I might just be going the entirely wrong direction. That does seem very likely as well. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Again, this might just be one path and it might not be possible to get lost. So I may be giving myself a little bit too much credit, but I'm not ending up at too many items here, which I think is a good thing. Because I can't carry any more items anyway, because the bag limit. Okay, World Alakazam. Potentially an issue. Potentially a big issue. I think this might be close to the end of the cave already. Probably not, but it might be. How tall is this cave? I'm only going up. I'm not going down that much, which... Actually, I'm going up and then going down. Porygon, huh. Oh, we already have a Porygon, that's right. I was gonna say, do we already have a Porygon? Because I would very much like Flarg. I know that I can't... Wild Nidoking! Okay, so... We encountered a couple of very weak Pokemon, and now we're encountering a couple of very strong Pokemon. Okay, so now we're only going down, so we're definitely heading towards Mewtwo. Right? That's how that works? That's probably how that works. I know you do have to do a little bit of surfing before getting to Mewtwo still. So I guess the moment I run into water now is the moment I actually like get close to finding Mewtwo. Which is right here. There's 2 items there. That seems very suspect. I'm not gonna even bother. Again, I can't hold any more items anywhere. I'll probably like items to prepare you for the battle against Mewtwo, but I think we'll be fine. A Kangaskhan. There's very good Pokemon on here, I'll be honest. Not just because they're high level, and it's very interesting that the randomizer would place very good Pokemon in here. That was the Mewtwo. How fitting is it to find a Ditto in Cerulean Cave? Isn't that like... Wait a second, isn't that the place where you can usually find him in Pokemon Yellow as it is? There he is. The man himself. The second of the Mews. This is not the Mewtwo encounter, don't worry, it's just an Omanyte. Here we go, level 17. The last encounter of Gen 1. After this, the special stats get split into 2. We get a new overlay, and we start with a very full box of level 5 Pokemon. Mewtwo is going to turn into a Golduck. A level 70 Golduck. Which I do not think is Dupe's Claws actually. So... let's try not to die against Golduck, because it's actually potentially scary. I don't know what your moveset is going to be like. Okay, so if you've got a Hydro Pump, that's just 5 PP. I can take that because I'm a water type myself. I think your cat rate is not going to be too bad either, which is a good thing. Do you only have Hydro Pump? Or is it just your strongest move? And nothing you have is super effective against me. Oh my god! Switching the fuck out. You are still level 70. I need to remind myself, you're still level 70. Okay, Fury Swipes. That's 10 HP a hit. Up to 50 HP. That's exactly 10 HP a hit. Is min-max damage not a thing in Gen 1? I feel like it might not be a thing in Gen 1. Okay, you can take another one of those probably. But I can't use another strength. So, oh no, my Blizzard was disabled. I wasn't going to use Blizzard anyway. I don't think I've used Blizzard a single time since I have actually given it to Zim, which is a little bit sad because I did save that TM for Zim. Ultra Ball. Okay. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. You have Confusion at level 70. You don't even have Psychic. That's pathetic. Got very close there. Got very close. I also need to, like, not let anybody die. It's the thing. I can take another one of your hits no matter what it is. But if I get hit one more time, I need to switch out again. Which I prefer not to do. You really don't want to stay, do you? I don't have anything that can put you to sleep or paralyze you anymore either. I think, no, a critical hit at this point will take me out. So, let's go into Zone. I think Zone is the most bulky thing I have. And it's not a Steel type yet. I was going to say, and it's a Steel type, so it can take the Fury Shots fairly well. It's not a Steel type. Again, next generation, next episode, as a matter of fact, is going to be a Steel type. As of right now, it's just an Electric type. And I'm still very scared. But you take that so well. Your defense and your special stat are both so good. And that's that. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. Gen 1. We've got 6 shinies on the team next time. Well, we don't have 6 shinies on the team, but we have 6 shinies in our box next time. A nickname to Golduck. Let me go check his spelling because I don't want to misspell this. He always had headaches as a Psyduck. So aspirin against the headaches, which is fixes his issue. It's a bad name. It's probably one of the best names I've done so far. Still a bad name. And with that, I think Gen 1 has come to a conclusion. Next time, Pokemon Crystal, where we have a lot of Pokemon and a lot more opportunities to finally catch that Mewtwo. I'm still upset about not being able to catch the Mewtwo in episode 1. It would have been so amazing. It probably would have died very quickly, but it would have been amazing to have. And 6 shinies. I'm going to have to do a lot of work to transfer all of those to Gen 2. See you next time. Bye.